And one point to learn here is for the acceptance of the ibadah, that after implementing that worship deed, the fear of Allah increases in the heart of a person. This is one sign of acceptance. Yeah? That if you are implementing deeds, practicing good deeds, doing a'mal, any worship deed, and if in the heart of the person the khawf of Allah is increasing after he practices the deeds, and khawf is increasing, fear in Allah is increasing, then that person should understand that his deed is being accepted. This is the sign of acceptance. Fear of Allah. The fear of Allah. What is khawf? Allahu Akbar. That this time that when I've passed through Ramadan and after Ramadan, the acceptance of my fast after Ramadan will tell me that due to the fear of Allah, I will not commit the sins. Yes? So a person who passes the month of Ramadan and after Ramadan you see his life has improved. His sins have decreased, his akhlaq has improved, his bodily, externally, internally, there's improvement all round totally. And the whole year, the rest of the year, that's why the hadith, what a beautiful description we get from the hadith. That the person who practices an amal in Ramadan, the rest of the year he gets the barakah of that deed. So this is the sense of it. Because fear of Allah, when it develops in a person's heart, in his batin, then will his fear of Allah allow him to commit the sin? Will the fear of Allah allow him to go after shaitani and evil actions? These are two opposite things. So you'll realize, has my fast been accepted? All year long you'll know, was my Ramadan accepted? When the greater the wali of Allah, the higher his status, you cannot recognize him from ibadat, from worship. This may be concealed, hidden. Everyone does ibadah. Everyone worships and practices. Everyone tries to leave the sins and do ibadat and pray nawafil. But if you want to recognize a person as a wali, then look at his khawf and his fear of Allah. How elevated is this person? This is khawf, fear of Allah. The Shaykh of Shaykhs, Hazrat Abdul Qadir Jalani, rahmatullahi alayhi, Ghawthul Adam, great wali of Allah, presenting to you. What is the reason that khawf comes? Due to the acceptance of a deed. Why does this happen? On a maqam, if a person's deeds are accepted, why does fear of Allah come into the heart? This is also something we need to understand. If you can understand this point. If you can understand this point. So, khawf, why does fear of Allah come into the heart of a person if his deeds are accepted? The reason for this is because a person's practicing good deeds, big deeds, mujahidat, he's making a lot of effort, a lot of times being spent, struggling, he is going through burdens and difficulties, a lot of effort and sweat and a'mal. All night long people stand and recite Quran and pray nawafil, salah, and they make lots of efforts to the extreme. So why does khawf of Allah come in the heart of the person then? Allahu Akbar. The khawf, the fear of Allah comes in the heart. For this reason, that may not be my servant, Allah Ta'ala is saying. Allah Ta'ala says, that may not be my servant, that due to your deeds you start to become a show-off and proud. Rather, the more deeds you do, I put the khawf in your heart due to the acceptance of the deed. So you keep on running back to me. Keep on running back to me. So you keep on running to my rahmah and asking for my rahmah. Because your deeds are nothing. Allah Ta'ala says, your deeds are nothing. This is the example, your deeds are nothing. Allah Ta'ala says, in my eyes they are nothing, but your success will be due to my rahmah. So when you practice deeds, Allah Ta'ala says, if they accept it,